Hello, I'm Amari Jones, and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 12. That's the number of people who died in a tragic terrorist incident in Paris today when 2 masked gunmen burst into the offices of satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, shot up everything in sight, ran out shouting, "The prophet is avenged," emerged on the street into a gun battle with the Paris police, eluded them, and now there's a nationwide manhunt for the two. This is a fast-moving story, and at the time that we're filming, the French cabinet is meeting, so more details are sure to follow. Now, Charlie Hebdo has a long history of publishing controversial, if not downright offensive images of the Prophet Muhammad, showing him nude amongst others. That's not an excuse for what happened today, but it is the reason why Charlie Hebdo has been a focus for violence in France. In 2011, their offices were firebombed, and in 2012, the riot police were called out to protect their property yet again. And it's just the latest sign of tension between the French Muslim community and France as a whole, which is a part of the blowback from that country's 1960s war in Algeria. As a matter of fact, there have been a spate of recent attacks by Muslims on unarmed French citizens, so the entire country is on edge. But it's not the only European country that has that sort of tension. In Germany recently, there have been a series of large-scale demonstrations against Muslims, ironically in parts of the country that don't have many Muslims. And all of this just goes to show us that this topic of Muslims in Europe is one that we'll have to be following closely all year long. Speaking of the possibility of now domestic terrorism, the next number up today is 603, is in 603 South El Paso Street. That's the address of the NAACP in Colorado Springs, Colorado, at which an explosive device was set off yesterday. Luckily, no one was hurt and there was no property damage. The authorities are looking for a white man who fled the scene. Now, federal investigators and the NAACP are being tight-lipped about the incident, which means that it's a developing story. But if this was a racially motivated crime, then it would only be one of 200,000 hate crimes that occurs each year, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, which also says that the number of hate groups in the United States has increased by more than 50% since 2000, with the largest of those being armed hate groups, patriot groups, that increased by nearly 800% during President Obama's time in office. And so with the rise in racial tension, given the spate of killings of unarmed black men, that's a toxic mix. The last number up today is 411, is in Showbiz 411, the entertainment website where Phylicia Rashad finally broke her silence in the Bill Cosby controversy. When asked by reporter Roger Friedman at a screening of Selma about the Bill Cosby rape allegation, she said that we should, quote, "forget these women," close quote, and said that they were just trying to tear down the legacy of a show which portrayed a positive American family on television. Now, what's interesting about her remarks, and we posted them on our Facebook page, is that she spent as much time defending the Cosby Show as she did Bill Cosby. But what's actually shocking is the fact that she said that we should ignore the claims of more than 24 women who said that they were drugged and sexually assaulted by Cosby. Now, even if you don't believe the claims of the women, the fact that one woman is saying that the voices of dozens of other women ought to be silenced is actually downright shocking, and it just goes to show you that not everyone off air is who they portray on air, because this doesn't sound very Claire Huxtable to me.